Alright, so for this one, I'm going to show you guys my apartment. Now, you've seen the outside before from the first video, in which all you saw was the door, which is what we're walking up to right now, with my doorbell, my summer tires, which eventually those are going to go on pretty soon, and then of course with my plastic bottles, because that's garbage collection, which I will actually explain that in this one as well. So, oh yeah, my nameplate's right there. I gotta put my name on it, though. Alright, and as we walk into my humble abode, when you look to your right, you see the toaster oven that I haven't used yet because my stove also has a little toaster function on it, which burns more food than usual, but it's fine. And as we have here is the step area. This is where you leave your shoes. Now, I kind of cheat with this doormat right here, because these shoes right here are a little bit harder to take on and off, and they're seeming like more and more of a bad choice by coming here, even though I love how they feel on my feet. So it's the tying and untying. It takes forever, especially if you're going in for a few seconds and coming back out, because it is the faux pas to wear your shoes inside. Here is my bathroom. By the way, before any of you guys talk about, oh look how nice. Yeah, I just cleaned. I just cleaned. So I just wiped the floor down. I don't take baths because taking a bath is more of a leisurely thing. You take showers to clean off and then baths to chill out, and I don't know, I just don't do baths that often. My kitchen's set up, and hey look, more garbage, but it is separated correctly. So I'm on the ball with that one. Except for this, my organic food. I need to go buy a bag to put those in, and I'm going to show you why shortly. So we got my stove, and then underneath my stove is the rice cooker and all that. It's behind all of that right there, which I'm actually going to start using the rice cooker more because I bought some stuff to eat that requires rice, like curry, and also chicken and rice sounds pretty good. This is where I keep most of my groceries. As you see, bread. By the way, bread, the largest loaf I have found comes in 8 slices, but they are 8 massive slices. But, hey look, my curry. Ritz crackers, very few things. The thing is, if you're buying stuff that was made in America, you're gonna pay for it, because they have a pretty good import tax on it. So like, okay, example. I love peanut butter and jelly. And so I bought some peanut butter. This was the only thing of peanut butter that I found that resembles peanut butter that I know. This one little jar was $6. So, yes, peanut butter is not cheap. Neither is the cereal, but the cereal is awesome. This cereal, I had some last night because I didn't feel like cooking, and it was pretty great. My couple of spices, my table salt, my table pepper, tea kettle for whenever I finally start getting into the tea culture for real. This is where I put all my dishes that I just cleaned. My plate, that is the only plate I've used, fun fact. The only plate that I've used. I always keep some nanners around. Microwave. Microwave has gotten quite a bit of use. And mostly you don't really like put in a time like 3 minutes, 4 minutes. You just have a picture and you just kind of hit it, and it says, oh, you want to cook bread? Beep. Okay, I'm going to cook bread for this long. And then you just kind of have to take what it gives you. Those are my cough drops I've been downing down. Some basic medicine, and then oh yeah, dried fruit. Dried fruit is good. I like dried fruit. I think it tastes delicious. But it's not exactly the cheapest thing here. Same thing, like some peanuts. I wanted to get some cashews, but man, cashews are super ass expensive. They are super expensive. And then we got some dried nanners. Nah, they're pretty good. So my fridge, and as you see, this schedule right here isn't for me to keep on top of my teaching schedule. This is my trash schedule. And each color, as they explain to me, as you can see here, here, and here, they explained it to me at the town office about when and what everything was due. And so on certain days, like the day that I'm waiting for, I believe, is here for those bags. That is my day to get rid of my burnables and things of that nature. Then you have other days for like the plastic bottles that I showed you outside. That has a specific day. These, which, yeah, your orange cartons, you got to cut them up and flatten them, and then you got to tie them up with twine. But these have a very specific day they have to go out, things of that nature. And as we look into the fridge, we see quite a few things that I have bought. A lot of it is just throw it in the microwave or boil it for a little bit, and then it comes out edible and you're good to go. It's just easier for me that way, I guess. But whenever I do leave down the mountain, I always make it a point to try to go somewhere and eat. And then, of course, my freezer, which I bought a couple of things in there too. Simple things: French fries, hash browns, beef bowl, a little bit of ice cream whenever I get a sweet tooth. Oh yeah, and my doors, I can separate the kitchen completely and just have this area. Oh, and then of course we have the bathroom where you actually do your business for the business of the business with extra business on the side. So the toilet, I was asked, what is this sink thing on top? Well, what happens is whenever you flush, it puts a little water so you can just wash your hands real quick. So there's always that. And then the lever that you push to flush the toilet, you can push it back or you can pull it forward. And whenever you push it back, there's literally a sign on it that says less. So that's for whenever you're trying to flush less. And then whenever you pull forward, it's more for apparently the heavier loads. And then up here is where I keep a lot of the extra. So toilet paper, extra bulbs. Well, these bulbs were left for me, so if one of my bulbs go out, hopefully I have spares for it. If not, then I'm going to find out very quickly what type I need and all this other stuff. So that was the kitchen area, which is bigger than most people have. And now we come to my living space, which I have recently cleaned up. This floor used to be covered with clean clothes that needed folding, and I did that. Now, one thing I didn't do was make my bed this morning, but that's my futon. They did give me a bed frame, but the bed frame was old, and I am fat, and me being a fat person laying on old things mean old things break, and I don't want to owe the BOE for the bed. And then there's my modem router thing, my little computer table setup that I have. I didn't have that table before, so I bought that. Same thing, this table I bought from another ALT who she was selling her stuff, and she was nice enough to sell it pretty cheap compared to where if I would have to go to the store and get it myself. This is kind of a morning setup. Got all my ties for whenever I'm ready to get out the door, wearing a tie every day. My tie clips are set up. Socks, underwear, hats. Easy setup, easy for me to grab. Oh yeah, whenever you go to the grocery store, which I'll probably make you guys another video of that. When you go to the grocery store, typically their bags are only like, I'd say the best way, they're only like, about this big. I don't know, that's probably a bad generalization. But the bags can only fit a couple of small things at a time unless you pay for like a really large plastic bag. So I just went and bought a tote bag for whenever I go shopping from now on, so I can just load all my junk in there. Because the other good thing is, if you don't have a bag, a lot of those cardboard boxes laying down there, they keep the cardboard boxes from old things. So maybe they got a shipment of apples or bananas or a box of something, and they leave them out, and you can just load up a box and bring it to your car, and then you just dispose of the box on the next time your trash comes through. This is where I just chunk some things. A lot of it's just my paperwork for my company. Some stuff for work too, for if I need magnets or if I'm gonna make something for class or anything like that. Same thing here. This is where I usually lay my money, my change purse, because I got, as I shake it, you can hear the change jingling. I got all probably like $30 worth of change in there. Yeah, it could be. And then, oh, look at that guy. That guy's here now. So yeah. Oh, and this is the trash schedule. I will show you guys this in detail in a few minutes after I'm done showing you the rest of the place. Here's my closets, and all you gotta do is voila, you have space. And so I've got everything tucked away about as neat as I like it, maybe not as much as other people. Oh yeah, and then of course my tiny ironing board, because I thought I wasn't going to have that much space. Now if I lived in Leo Palace, yeah, that tiny ironing board would probably be the most boss thing, but I actually could have bought a full size, but whatever, I'll make it work. So got all my stuff pulled away, my Saints jerseys for whenever I will randomly be able to catch a Saints game, which probably won't be this year. I'll have to watch all old things. Extra storage up top. Basically, I just keep like my large Ziplocs and other things of that nature up there. Towels. These towels, by the way, don't dry for jack, so I don't use those. I use some other more American towels that I bought because they dry a lot better. Those other ones are just fluffy, and you can wipe yourself down for like 15 minutes and you still feel like not dry. Storage area, as you can see, that's the bed frame they left for me. And then these are the extra shelves if I want to put up more shelves over here, but I don't really see the need for it right now. And then this is where I keep a lot of extra stuff, so extra deodorant, soap, toothpaste, Axe, anything extra that I just need to store away, I put in there. And you know, my little patio area, I like to call it that anyway. Because whenever it's kind of warm like it is today, you can actually, this is the first time I've been able to sit around during the day and have the door open and you can just see, like, it's pretty stinking nice weather out there. Like, I wish I had something else to do, but I did kind of need to clean my house today because I didn't want to do it tomorrow. Because tomorrow I have, ooh, that was loud, I have orientation, so I won't be in my house for like a good solid 6-7 hours, something like that. So it's a good view. And then of course I have a little concrete area, so I can kind of just do whatever I want in this area, which they left me some pots. That's why I was thinking about maybe planting some flowers and just put some water on them, doing a bunch of stuff. Oh, that's my drying rack, which right now I'm drying my Saints blanket. That blanket is balling, and it is probably the best blanket I've owned in my life, and it feels awesome, and that's why I brought it here. And then also it's a nice little banner, so I can just put it out in the big old fleur-de-lis on the outside. So if they don't know an American's living here, they do now. And of course you got curtains, you can close it off. You can, like, these curtains do a really good job. If you just go ahead and shut it off, it'll keep the heat out for the most part, and it'll block the air, because these houses are really drafty. They're not really sealed up. They're kind of meant to just let air flow through. So the curtains kind of help stop the air from getting in through these doors, because these doors let a lot of air in and out. So it's like a portal. Here is some more storage. This is where I got all my suitcases stored at. And right now I can smell kerosene, because that's where I keep my kerosene at, because I don't want it to stay in hot places. Which I kind of feel bad, because I filled that whole thing up and I'm probably not even going to use the whole thing. More storage for if I acquire more junk, which I've made more of a conscientious decision to not try to accumulate too much stuff. That's just me though. And they left me a fan too, so oh yeah, dirty clothes. Huh. So basically that's like my whole house. That's the whole thing. Now on to part 2, so I can explain this out and then we'll be done. This is the trash schedule. So on the trash schedule, there are certain things you can and can't do. As we open it up, we can see it's all in Japanese, so I had to use Google Translate, and I had to have people. You have to put out things in a specific order. You got to group them together. You got to do things a very specific way. Like a lot of the containers, anytime you have like a food container, you got to clean it out before you throw it away. You can't just throw it away full of food. Same thing with like shampoo bottles, lotion, things like that. Now, as far as like your potato chips and stuff like that, you can just throw that bag straight away. Now, yeah, see, the milk cartons, juice cartons, you got to cut them up, flatten them out, and then you got to tie them together with twine. The plastic bottles, you have to take the tops off, apparently, from what I've seen, and you got to wash out the soft drink that's left, and then crush them. So step on them, put them in a blue bin, and then you stick them in there. Cans and tin have a specific bag. If I don't know if you can see it too well, but it's a brown bag, orange bag, something like that. And then you circle what you're putting in the bag, and then you put the bag out. Same thing with glass, things of that nature. And then there's another blue bag that I need for my leftover foods and whatnot. I gotta put the foods in a bag, tie the bag up, send that out. If you have old pots or things of that nature, if you have like a spray can, you gotta punch a hole in it to get rid of the extra air and then put it away. And then there's a whole separate bag for like broken glass or I think flammable, something like that. And it tells you all this other stuff that once I have grown to learn the language a little bit more will become more relevant to me. But at that point, yeah, as of right now, not that much. So it is now officially the 16th, 17th. I work all this week, and then the week after that, I work once again. And so hopefully, whenever we get to Golden Week, as you see are the 3 red numbers, we get those days off. And me and some buddies are already talking about going away somewhere and going to have a good time. We're all going to Wang Chung for a couple of days and have fun tonight. Alright, well, that is my apartment. That is some basic things, some basic living stuff. If, let me see, next, I keep saying I'm going to make that video of the mountain. I'm doing that tomorrow now because I got to drive the orientation. So I'm going to take the camera with me and we're just going to drive down the mountain. And basically, you guys will see why I was scared whenever my IC was driving down, because she scared the mess out of me whenever we going down. She started going fast, but I like her though. She's cool. She's fun to talk to, and plus it's always nice to have somebody who speaks both Japanese and English, because then you get to learn a couple of things. Alright, well, I just wanted to show you guys my house, so I will see you next time. Later.